Buffalo Stallion fans, if you could direct your attention down to the field for our international walkout. And now, presenting the starting lineup for RNYFC. RNYFC. Starting lineup, number 1, Sam, a Victoria goalkeeper. Number 2, Andres Straka, defender. Number 3, Charlie McFadden, defender. Number 4, Brennan McDermott, defender. Number 5, Cody Sarkody, defender. Number 6, AJ Sarcone, midfield. Number 7, Messa Flint Ellingson, midfield. Number 8, Tyler Moran, midfield. Number 9, Aiden Burke, midfield. Number 10, Noah Bomslag, forward. And number 11, Luke Rydell, forward. And now, our starting lineup for the Buffalo Stallions. The Buffalo Stallions are coached by Rudy Rompert, assistant coach, keeper coach, Sebastian Perez. Number 1, Mayton Bayberry, goalkeeper. Number 6, Gene Cagdy, defender. And number 7, Jason Hernandez, defender. Number 9, Bennett Garrigan, forward. Number 10, Axel Losoya, midfielder. Number 12, Amy Dijadu, forward. Number 14, Max Boger, forward. Number 15, Riley Quinn, defender. Number 16, Logan Debo, defender. And number 17, Sam Laminola, midfield. And tonight's officials for tonight's games are center referee. We have Stephanie Serrano, assistant referee, Ankur Singh, assistant referee, Daniel Simich, and fourth official, Peter Haynes. And again, the Buffalo Stallions are coached by Rudy Pompert and assistant coach, keeper coach, Sebastian Perez. To ensure a safe, respectful, and enjoyable environment for everyone, we are enforcing a zero-tolerance policy regarding spectator behavior. All spectators are expected to show respect to all players, coaches, officials, and fellow spectators. We refrain from any form of abusive, offensive, or unsportsmanlike behavior. Follow all facility rules and staff instructions at all times. Inappropriate behavior, including yelling at officials, taunting players, or using foul language, will result in immediate removal from the premises. Further disciplinary action may be taken, including bans from future events. Let's work together to keep our events positive and supportive for all participants. Thank you for your cooperation. And now, for the national anthem. Please stand if you are able to, and remove your hats to honor our great nation with the national anthem sung by Kayla Hume.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
soccer fans, get on your
The
feet.
Buffalo Stallions and the Rochester Club. Again, both teams looking for some points. The Stallions badly needing to get their first victory of the season. Rochester has a victory, of course, against the Buffalo Stallions by the score of 4-1. Referees are out there talking to the captains. And shortly we'll get this game underway here in North Tonawanda High School. So glad you could join us. Don't forget that on July the 1st, it's going to be a big extravaganza. Not only a great game against the crosstown rival, the Niagara 1812, but at the end of the game, we will have the fireworks displayed, brought to you by Liberty Cab. Safe, reliable, and friendly transportation for every journey. It's Liberty Cab. And of course, WLVL 1340 is the station that carries all of the Buffalo Stallions games. And Larry, looks like we're just about getting ready to get underway between the Buffalo Stallions and Rochester.
I'm telling you, this is where, if I'm the coach, I've been in there where you're halfway through the season, more than halfway through the season, still looking for your first win. If I'm that coach for the Stallions, I'm telling my guys just to settle in, just to relax, play everything minute by minute, keep positive, especially if you do give up an early goal. Don't let it snowball. Get over the goal quick, get back to your game, settle in a little bit, let
You got to let the ball do the work.
Absolutely. And also make sure that don't let Rochester dictate too much of the play.
One of the things that Buffalo has to do a better job at is controlling the ball. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, there's way too many long balls that, as being involved in soccer, long balls are what the defense wants you to do, because it's always a situation where the percentages are always in favor of the defense. Now, international soccer, we all watch the Manchester Cities and Real Madrid and the Barcelonas. They call it tiki-taki soccer, because it's all they do is get the ball, short passes, then move it up and wait for that opportunity. The other team cannot score if you are maintaining possession of the ball. But once you put it up in the air, all bets are off, and chances are you're going to lose possession of the ball, and you want to keep possession as much as possible. Looks like Rochester has won the toss, and they will, I don't know if they won the toss, Larry.
Looks like they're kicking off first.
Kicking off, so I'm thinking that Buffalo won the toss, and they chose the side. Of course, tonight there's no wind to worry.
You guys sit there.
And it's going to be a great, hopefully a great opportunity for this team to get their first victory of the season.
Absolutely. And this is where, again, like you kind of said, you don't want to get into that ping-pong style soccer. Build up the play from your midfield. Let them do their work. Don't be afraid to get your defense involved in there to set up that offensive attack, too, with quick passes. Should be an exciting one.
And here we go. The game is underway between the Buffalo Stallions and the Rochester FC Academy with the possession of the ball. And Rochester, looks like the ball's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Buffalo Stallions. Number 3, Charlie McFadden with the ball, but he dribbled out of bounds. Looks like we have a switch at the AR's assistant. AR is Peter Haynes, and the 4th official is Ankur Singh. John Katke with the ball, looking for somebody to pass it to.
Buffalo's looking a little disconnected right now.
They just kicked the ball way up in the air, and it was like
This is where they just got to settle in. They've got to have who's going to step up, who's going to be that leader that can really get them on the same page.
Axel Lazoya control the ball to Diadu, who gets away from his mark. Heel ball by the Buffalo player, but it was cut off by Rochester. And they're just whacking away at the ball right now. Here comes Rochester. Pass to the outside. There's a cross to the inside. Headed in there. It looks like, well, that was a fortunate play because it looks like the forward was going to get it.
That's where you want your goaltender to maybe be a little bit more aggressive, a little more vocal. Make sure that they know that he's got it and everybody else can back off.
That looked like a bad communication back there because the defenders thought he was going to get it, and the goalkeeper thought otherwise. There's a long ball down the field.
And that's what you talked about.
Looking for Bennett Garrigan, but the defense is able to take the ball away. Players are complaining about, and there's an offside call.
Good call on that one. Offsides by probably a good yard or two.
The ball looked like it was out of bounds over here, and Buffalo's complaining, but Peter Haynes, the AR, says no dice. It was not all the way out. Here's Buffalo coming up with a ball. Riley Quinn. To Lamondola.
Here's a little bit more solid setup.
Possession of the ball.
Tried to make a run up the left, wasn't there, so they doubled it back. Now starting something else again. Smart play.
Diebold. Back to Babary. Aaron pass, and it goes right to John Cagdy.
Like your goaltender, a little bit more crisp on the distribution out there.
Yep. Here comes Rochester, a through ball, and the ball hits the goalpost. Fortunate for Buffalo, as Rochester cut right through the middle of the defense. The ball went to the forward who took a shot, but it hit the goalpost. And fortunately for Buffalo,
and
the goalkeeper's best friend kept that ball out.
And that's the second through ball on the inside. This one was offsides, but Buffalo's got to take down that inside possession.
Lazoya with the ball. Pass for Garrigan, but it goes to the goalkeeper, Sam Aduitori, and he controls the ball. But sloppy defense by Buffalo, who they just opened up the middle of the defense. They parted like the Red Sea. And again, the goalpost was able to keep that ball from going into the net. And again, clearance by Buffalo.
Little bit, and you see this sometimes from teams that are struggling or struggling in the season. You see a little bit of that disconnecting play. You see a little bit of them giving up some chances that they probably shouldn't have. There were a nice inside run, beat his man, and the goaltender's best friend helped him out on that one, the goalpost.
Yep. Well, here comes ball. Rochester playing defense as Buffalo gets the ball. Pass to Axel Lazoya, but he's taken off the ball. Rochester maintains possession. And the middle of the defense for Rochester, Cody Sarkody with the ball to Charlie McFadden. He lets the ball go through to the forward. And here he comes again. Rochester comes through. Babary has to come out and knock that ball out. And it'll be a throw-in for Buffalo as we are 5 minutes into this first half. No score between the Buffalo Stallions and Rochester. Here comes Rochester once again. The shot. What a stop. Big save by Martin Babary.
Big save.
Buffalo has to tighten up on defense.
That's where the goaltender made a big save, was able to get back into position, pick up on the rebound. The defender was able to box him out. You'd like to see him a little bit more tighter on the outside. We do have a man down here. Hopefully nothing serious.
Looks like it's Jean Cagdy who went down. And here's a shot as we're looking at the replay. Good stop by Martin Babary. And he gets the ball back, but looked like the defender was on the wrong side of the forward.
I was going to say, even on that, you'd love to see Riley Quinn, number 15, on that rebound. You'd love to see him a little bit tighter on that man. Don't give him a shot, especially when you're in the 6. And Buffalo's got to be a little bit more desperate when you get inside that 18. Looks like they're either letting that run, they're giving up too many runs on the through ball. I'd like to see them close down that 18, especially through the middle of the box. force them wide if they are going to get in that, inside the 18. You cannot give up anything easy in the 6, anything easy in the 18. You have to make Rochester work for every single yard out there.
Looks like we're going to have a substitution for the injured center back, John Cagdy. Looks like we're going to have Anthony Stokes come in for Cagdy, who has played every minute of every game this year. And it looks like he might have to go out, and he will go out. So early substitution for the Buffalo Stallions, and due to an injury to center back John Cagdy.
And this is, again, where can you get a young player to step up? Can you get somebody who's got to get more minutes out there? Can he step up and take that spot?
Yeah.
Still a lot of time left.
Next man up mentality should prevail here for the Buffalo Stallions. Looks like a push from behind, but none called by referee Stephanie Serrano. It'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. Riley Quinn looking for a man.
Referee's letting a little bit of the physical play going in today.
And looks like the ball.
Looks like it's going to be
a corner kick.
This is where Buffalo, can they set something up? Can they get a good shot on frame? Again, it could be something as simple as just a little bloop off a corner. Start getting a little bit more pressure. Right now, in the first 8 minutes, it's been all in Buffalo's own defensive end. Even if they can't score a goal, can they get possession in here for 30 seconds, a minute? Build off of this corner.
Here's a corner kick. Inside the box. Buffalo maintains possession to Warmington, who tries to chip it inside. It goes inside, but it's cleared out by Rochester. Here they come. Mesafint Ellinson with the ball, being chased down by Buffalo's defense. Good job by, he looked like he might have been offside, but no dice. Here comes Rochester again, maintaining possession of the ball to the right side. Buffalo is back on defense. They're now pressuring the ball.
Good job,
and
though, by
back
Buffalo.
to Cody Sakoti, yes.
Good job, though, by Buffalo, stopping the quick attack, forcing Rochester to go backwards.
And here comes Buffalo with the ball, as they were able to take it away, and it's a foul call against Rochester. Good pressure by Buffalo in that case, and they were able to make Rochester make a mistake. They maintained possession, but Buffalo's forward was fouled on the play. It'll be a free kick outside of the about 35 yards out.
Again, how can we get it bailed in? You don't want to just have this be an empty kick. Get good possession on it.
Good opportunity, and keeper for Rochester, Sam Adutori, with the save. It looked like they were going to get an opportunity to take a shot. Number 17, Sam Lamondola.
And that's exactly what you wanted from a free kick. You didn't score, but you got one on frame. You got good pressure. Now build off of it. These are the simple wins that you need to build off of.
Sakoti with the ball, looking for somebody to pass to for Rochester. And here's the long ball all the way down. Wow.
Goaltender getting a little aggressive there.
Way out of his box. I don't know that he
I don't know if he realized he was that far out of his box.
Yeah, exactly.
And this portion of the game.
But that's
Go ahead.
No, but that's just it, where you get into the game sometimes, just that simple little bit of lack of focus. And if you look at Buffalo, and Tony, I'm sure you've seen it, they've got a good 40 minutes, and then you get that 1 or 2 minutes of that lack of focus that can, when you're a team that's struggling, you can't afford to give that up. You've got to make sure that you're playing every minute of the game.
Here's a turnover. Buffalo with the ball all the way to Diadu to the left side. Good pass by Garrigan all the way across. Diadu goes in, tries to cross it, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be again a corner kick. One of those by the Buffalo Stallions, and last time, Max Voyer, the last game they played at home, was able to connect off a corner kick. Let's see if Buffalo can do it again.
Beautiful. They had a nice attempt the last time. I'd like to see somebody a little bit more on the backside, picking up any garbage that comes across that crease. And it looks like 22 is sitting nicely on the backside.
Lazoya with the corner kick that went right to goalkeeper Sam Adutori.
A little too easy there. You want to get somebody on that goaltender. Make his life a little rough.
Ideally, you should really get the ball just outside of the 6-yard box. And but that was inside the 6.
Yeah, well inside, almost right on the goal line. You got to make that out. You got to give your forwards, your midfielders, an opportunity to make a run on the ball, get a header, get a volley. Can't give it right to the goaltender. A little bit of a wasted corner there by Buffalo.
12 minutes gone in this first half between Buffalo and Rochester. NPSL, there's a foul. That'll be Buffalo's free kick as Ben Garrigan was taken down. Jason Hernandez back to the just arrived Anthony Stokes, who replaced John Cagdy. Lazoya back to Stokes, looking for a teammate.
Stokes doing a good job back there, not making anything huge, just making a nice, smart play. Nice, smart passes, staying in position. That's what you want from a sub who comes on, especially early.
Buffalo's trying to work that left side, but errant pass intercepted. Buffalo gets it back, and here they come. Long pass to Garrigan. Controls the ball to Jason Hernandez, overlapping. Inside pass, and the ball goes off the foot of Axel Lazoya. It'll be a goal kick for Buffalo, but at least Buffalo is putting a few passes together. And
absolutely. I tell you what, Tony, they looked a little rough in that first 5 minutes. They've really settled in nicely. The last, I'd say, 3 or 4 minutes, they're starting to control and dictate the pace of this game. So let's hope that they keep building off of this.
Right.
A little bit of a rough start, but starting to pick it up.
Well, I think one of the things they have to do also is when they're playing defense to be more compact so that they don't allow those gaping lanes to be wide open like they did on that opportunity where the ball hit the goalpost. They have to kind of tighten up on defense. You know, soccer, the usual recipe is when we're on defense, you compact and play together, and when you're on forward, you spread out so that you spread their defense out, hopefully.
Absolutely, and that could just be something, like you said, a younger team still learning how to play together, where sometimes your defense is, your outside backs are creeping a little too far outside. Who's going to be that leader? Are their center defenders telling them compact in, crunch in? So maybe a little bit of miscommunication by the back line, but hopefully it looks like they're cleaning it up a bit.
Here comes Rochester with the ball to the forward, number 9, Aiden Burke, but it is knocked out of bounds by Anthony Stokes. That'll be a throw-in for Rochester deep in Buffalo's zone. Still scoreless game, 15 minutes gone in this first half. You're listening to Buffalo Stallions Soccer on Hometown WLVL 1340 Radio. Tony Occhito, Larry Monahan, the pride of Niagara Wheatfield, and in the booth here with us.
They spent a lot of time at NT coaching against the Niagara or North Tonawanda. They're a tough team. Great field, though. These are one of the games I love playing on this field.
Beautiful facility here.
Home remodeling care for your Buffalo
Nice
home.
crowd. It looks like we might be getting a few drops out there, Larry.
This is where I'm glad I'm in the booth, because I tell you, coaching for sure stinks when you get the rain, the snow. Love playing in the rain. Not so much as a coach, though.
Nah. Game never goes by when it's wet and cold and windy.
When it's wet as a coach, it feels like it's 5 hours out there.
Although the one element that really affects the game is the wind, because the cold, you could deal with the cold and the wet weather, but the wind really gives team fits.
100%. And people think, well, if you got the wind under your back, that can mess you up too, because your chips, your shots that you're normally in the normal weather are going to travel about 5-10
Here comes
yards
Jason
slot
Hernandez. To right side for Garrigan. Looks to cross, he does, but the ball's knocked out by Rochester. It'll be a throw-in by the Buffalo Stallions. Nice play by the good build-up by the Buffalo Stallions. Jason Hernandez to Garrigan, who crossed it, but the defense cleared it out. Anthony Stokes.
Great build-up. I would have loved to see crashing the net a little bit more. I thought a decent cross, crash the net a little bit harder. Get inside that 6. Make the goaltender work. Don't let him pick up those easy saves.
Here comes Diadu, who has not had the opportunity to see the ball very much. He's being marked by 2 men and gets the ball taken away from him. Rochester maintains possession. And here's a long ball down the field, but Jason Hernandez is able to cut it off. And the ball goes back to Martin Babary. And he's in trouble, and he's going to have to kick it out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Rochester. Buffalo is complaining that it should be their ball, but
it almost looked like a little bit of a deflection there.
I thought it was a deflection too, but
it's not what we think.
It's for easy
what the ref
for us to say.
Absolutely.
That looked like an illegal throw-in too, but these days the illegal throw-ins are not even called anymore.
I was going to say, is there anything such as an illegal throw-in nowadays?
Really. Pretty soon there'll be one-hand set shots.
Just do the alley-oop like in basketball.
Oh, what an opportunity for Rochester. The cross came off the left side and headed out, fortunately for Buffalo.
Nice little build-up for Rochester, but this is where, again, you're giving them a lot of time. Time there, it's almost, you want to contain the player, but when you start getting into the 18, when you start getting closer to the net, at some point you've got to make that challenge.
That was a nice play by Charlie McFadden on the left side, who he overlapped from his left back position, and he was able to cross it into the middle to Aiden Burke. His header just went wide, and Buffalo escapes that opportunity. There's a long free goal kick. Controlled by Tyler Warmington, but ball is lost to Rochester. Sarkoti with the ball. He turns it back to his goalkeeper, Sam Auditore. And now back to Sarkoti. Left footer. And they're just, Buffalo has put some high pressure up there. And Rochester having a little bit of a difficult time coming out. Good defense by Riley Quinn to knock that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in by Rochester. From North Tonawanda, it's NPSL action. The Buffalo Stallions and the Rochester Academy Soccer Club. So glad you could have you could be here with us on Hometown 1340 WLVL. Here's a nice move by the forward for Rochester. Going in, the shot wide.
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Anthony Stokes, who's come in on that outside back. I thought there he got caught a little bit, but did a great job of recovering and forcing the pass. He comes on over. If he doesn't make that recovery there, if he doesn't cover that ground, I think that's an easy put-in back in the net for Rochester. Stokes did a great job of recovering on that play.
That was a good play by Luke Rydell, but his left-footed shot went wide. One of the things you can't say about Anthony Stokes is his size. He is the size of a redwood tree out there.
I was going to say,
he's huge.
He's playing, he could play football, European football, American football too.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Big guy.
And has some wheels, like we saw in that last play. He can move. And when you know, Tony, when you've got wheels and you've got size, you can make a pretty good defender out there.
You know, everything being equal, a bigger man is always better than a smaller man in soccer. Of course, it's not always equal, but
I was going to say, my 5'6" frame did okay against some of those big boys that I was playing against.
Yep, absolutely. Here's Stokes to Logan Debo on the left side. Buffalo maintains possession of the ball to Lamondola.
Their modern decor and spacious surroundings.
And Buffalo will have a throw-in as Debo just fortunate enough to have the ball knocked away from him, but otherwise it could have been fast-tracked the other way toward the Buffalo's goal.
Definitely could have been in a little trouble.
Yep.
We're about halfway through the first half, and this is where you want to see It can Buffalo. They've settled into this game pretty nicely. Now can they start putting a lot of pressure on Rochester? Can they get some offensive attacks, get some shots? The longer this game goes 0-0, it's really in favor of Buffalo. That's the team that's struggling. That's the team that's looking to get their first win of the season. So if the longer they can keep this game 0-0, stay in this game, the more momentum they're going to build, the more confidence they're going to build, and they're going to start thinking that that first win of the season is going to be a reality.
They need to play desperate soccer.
100%.
This is desperate times.
Call for desperate measures.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a throw-in for Buffalo at midfield. Jason Hernandez will do the honors. As we're 22 minutes into this first half. Nice crowd on hand tonight in North Tonawanda. Buffalo is back in action this Saturday, so come on out and get your tickets. Enjoy some great soccer for the NPSL. Sloppy play by the Buffalo defense. The ball went to the goalkeeper, but he was not able to get it up the field. In fact, he kicked it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Rochester. Charlie McFadden will throw it in.
And again, there's
Luke Rydell.
A little bit of a sloppy throw-in by number 3 there, too.
We could forget about illegal throw-ins. How long before they do away with the throw-ins?
Just have them put it on the ground, kick it?
Yeah.
I hope not. I know you already got some people looking to call for it to take offsides out of the game.
No.
But that would be a travesty as well.
That would be a little bit extreme. But this year, of course, they have the new rule. There's an injured player on the field.
Can't see the number. Looks like he's definitely hobbling
Here's
around
a long ball down the right side. But the flag comes up, and it's an offside.
I think I might have jinxed it with the offsides talk on that one. Looks like it's number 17 from Rochester.
Number 17 there is no such number.
My eyes aren't what they used to be.
How is that offside?
It was a close call. That was, again.
Joe, can you run it back if you got a chance? Let's look here. We're looking at the replay again.
Ooh.
Well, if that's offside, there was no way that was offside.
The only thing I could think of is maybe he started his run before, or it was offside before the ball was kicked. But
he was behind. He was behind the defender.
Yeah.
10 yards after the ball was already still.
That looked very weak. Very weak.
Our director here, Joel, says no, there was no offside. Yes, he's got thumbs up. We're going to go with the no offside, and we'll have to joke with our friend Peter Haynes, the AR on this side of the field. Here comes Lazoya.
Can he get the speed on the outside?
Yes, Buffalo gets the ball. Back pass to Diadu.
There you go.
To Lazoya once again. Buffalo controlling the ball. Lamondola to Jason Hernandez. Down the right side, looking for Garrigan. Yes, he gives him the ball. See if he could cross it inside. No, it goes to Jason Hernandez. And Buffalo starts over.
This is where you want to see. If nothing's there, back it up, start again. You got to love this type of play. It looks a little boring, can be a little boring at times, but this is where the chess game of soccer comes in, the strategy. Be patient with those attacks, look for the right move, and go and take it.
Garrigan gets the ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Buffalo, as Buffalo maintains possession of the ball, which is a good thing. Again, if the other team doesn't have the goal of the ball, not many opportunities can be had. Buffalo's trying to minimize Rochester's opportunities. Here's the shot, but
no.
It's offside again. It's number 9, Ben Garrigan.
That looked like the center back kept him on. I don't know about that's another one that looked a little iffy.
We have the benefit of the replay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll argue with an official every now and then. Looked a little tight. I'll give the official the benefit of the doubt on that one.
That's the first time he ever did that.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Here's sloppy play by Buffalo's defense. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick Again, Buffalo is playing with fire back there. They're getting the ball to goalkeeper Martin Barbery, but unfortunately he's not able, or he gets it into a situation where it's very difficult for him to do anything. And out of those things, opportunities have become available for Rochester. So Buffalo's got to clean that up. It'll be a corner kick. Brennan McDermott. The ball's knocked into the box, so it's knocked out by Buffalo's defense. Ellingson chips it in.
Clear.
He shot. It's blocked by the defense. Rochester continues with the pressure. And the ball goes to goalkeeper Barbery. Noah Baumslag with the shot.
Great pressure on that back line, too. Buffalo didn't give up that easy shot. They're starting to step up as they get inside the 18. They're not backing off like they were doing early in the game.
Now here's a question. Did North Tonawanda pay their electric bill? I don't see the lights on.
Hey, you know.
Oh, they're going to turn them on? Okay.
Budgets.
That's true. That's true.
We all got to tighten our belt at times.
Now, I guess I've been told that they have some new flashlights where we're going to be turning. Here they come. All right.
We got the Duracell batteries going now.
Looks like we're on. It's going to take about 10 minutes for them to come to full power, but we'll be under the lights very shortly as Buffalo kicks the ball out. Possession of the ball is with Rochester. Sarkody. Rochester again, looking for teammates. Buffalo is doing a good job of marking man-to-man and closing off the lanes, unlike the first few minutes. Sarkody turns it back. I guess it's a good thing if Buffalo gets them to play negative, going backwards.
Absolutely, and that's why just simply closing off the lanes. Ooh, a little bit of a hard challenge on that one. But just something as simple as closing off a passing lane, making them reset, making them force back. Hopefully you get Rochester to start playing a little frustrated, make a mistake, and you can jump right on it and put one in the back of the net.
Yep. Not many opportunities.
I tell you.
Stokes comes up and pushes the ball back, but now we're playing defense.
Little bit of a sloppy defense back there,
yeah.
But got fortunate with the clear. And that's where a young player like Stokes, maybe you got to tell him, hey, I love the aggressiveness up top, but we need you to kind of stay back a little bit. Stay home at that defensive spot. Don't make too many of those runs too early.
He leaves a huge hole, gaping hole in the back of that defense. Baumslag with a ball.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for your defense to step up, but 0-0, 30 minutes into the game isn't a great time for your defense to start getting super aggressive up top.
Just 30 minutes gone in this first half, still 0-0 between Rochester and Buffalo. NPSL Great Lakes Conference play tonight. A few more teams out there playing tonight. We have out-of-town scores, and no scores yet, but the Ambassadors are home against Cleveland. Flower City Union at home against the Niagara 1812. And Buffalo's back in action this Saturday night right here, 7 o'clock in North Tonawanda as Buffalo takes on the Ambassadors of Ohio, a team standing in third place in the conference. Here comes Stokes, back to the goalkeeper. Here's aggressiveness by Rochester, and once again, it creates Buffalo problems.
Ooh, that goaltender, I mean, as a coach, you get a little nervous out there. You don't want to see a little blooper go in, a little mistake go in back there, but I don't know if it's maybe the goaltender a little jittery, but he's that's the third or fourth one that he's really struggled to get out quick and almost put it in some dangerous situations.
And to be fair to Martin Barbery, those passes back to him you can almost classify them as hospital balls.
Yeah, you got to put a little pace on that goaltender.
All right, so far no harm, no foul, and Rochester maintains possession. Sarkozy with the ball, and he moves up the field. And Rochester, again, looking for a lane to pass the ball through. They're happy to go backwards with that ball until they get the opportunity. Sarkozy, here's a chip. Miscommunication again by the goalie and the defense, because that simply could have been
Absolutely. That's where you want your that goaltender should have been yelling loud that we can hear it up here. Mine, mine, mine. You gotta make sure that you talk to your defense.
There were two defenders on the ball, and he came out, and fortunately,
here's something that looks a little promising.
Yeah, but he was not able. He being Anai Diadu, who got the ball. He had a good head of steam, but unfortunately, ball was played too far. Now, here comes Zarcone. Ships into the box. And here's the goalkeeper. Once again, comes out for Buffalo to corral the ball.
And that's where Rochester, whether it's through a little chip or whether it's a through ball, they love getting that attack right up the middle. Buffalo's been doing a better job of cutting it off that they did in the early parts of the game, but they've got to start man-marking those guys a little bit tighter. You don't want to live too dangerously on that back end. One simple mistake and the ball's in the back of the net.
Hernandez to Garrigan, but to no avail as the ball is played by the defense by Brennan McDermott. And now Charlie McFadden to the goalkeeper Adutori. Buffalo's pressuring, and the good pressure leads to a throw-in for Buffalo.
That's what you want to see. Give them pressure, force them into mistake. Turn this throw-in into something.
Throw into Garrigan, to Warmington. Hits it to the left side. Inside, turns back inside, but it's cleared away by Rochester. Good opportunity for the Buffalo Stallions as Diadu had the ball back in, but it was picked up. Here comes Riley Quinn. Riley with a shot, hits his own man, and Buffalo maintains possession. Here's Warmington inside the 18 on his right foot. He heels it to his forward, but it was taken away by the defense. Good playing by by Buffalo.
Good pressure up top. Oh, did not think that one went out. Good pressure by Buffalo, though. Now let's see, can they keep it up? Can they sustain it? They had several good chances. The cross that went through couldn't finish it, but they were able to get the ball back in and create another opportunity off it. So that's where you want to start seeing maybe Rochester getting a little frustrated that they haven't been able to score on some of their early chances. This is where Buffalo can really look to push the attack and hopefully make something happen.
Lazoya playing defense, but it's taken away by number 11, Luke Rydell. Back to Rydell, who hits it back into his own zone. Number 4, Brennan McDermott with the ball. 35 minutes gone in this first half. On 1340, hometown WLVL, Tony Occhiuto and Larry Monahan bringing you the coverage of tonight's game. Rochester very methodically trying to work the ball up the field. Good defense by Stokes.
I'm telling you, Stokes has been my man out there. I thought you put a player in there who might not be used to playing all these minutes. I thought he's done solid so far.
He's done very well. Here comes Rochester. Top of the 18 inside the box, but here, goalkeeper picks it up.
Good job with the goaltender coming out, getting aggressive. You can tell the confidence is starting to build from Buffalo a little bit. As this game goes on, they're starting to do more and more better things, starting to put better plays together. Still living a little dangerously. Nice attack there, just couldn't get there quick enough.
There's Garrigan with the ball to Lazoya. Lazoya looking for somebody to pass to. Goes back to LaMondola, to Jason Hernandez. To Max Voyer on the right side. takes his man, and now overlapping Jason Hernandez, who chips it inside the box. With the shot, and a goal! The Buffalo Stallions get on the scoreboard 36 minutes into this first half. Looks like it's Tyler Warmington who was able to corral the ball off across from the right side and shot it down to the left of Sam Auditore, the goalkeeper for Rochester. As we look at the replay, here's Tyler Warmington. Does a great job with his left foot, hits the base of the post, and it goes in, and Buffalo is in the lead, 1-0, Larry.
Tony, this goal started about 3 minutes ago. They've really been building the pressure. They've been doing solid plays. The attack has been getting more comfortable. Wormington, great job of not just taking the initial volley. Knew he didn't have anything there. Took an extra touch to settle it, get it on his left foot, find the back post. Something so important that you see a mature player doing. Great job by his part there. And now, with about 8 minutes left, can Buffalo finish and go into the second half with the lead?
And that's been a problem for a few of the games that they have played at home, where they take the lead only to squander the lead moments after they got in the lead. And here comes Rochester again with a shot, and it's deflected out of bounds. But I don't know if it's a mental thing, but again, they're giving up opportunities late and shortly after that they score.
Well, you said it earlier, Tony. Desperate soccer. Play desperate soccer. Buffalo should still be looking at this game as 0-0. They haven't done anything yet. They've been up 1-0 before. They've got to close it. Stay desperate. Stay hungry. Look to get your first win off of a team who only has one win on the season.
Here's a chip inside the box, and it's called for a goal kick. So the Buffalo Stallions, 36 minutes into the first half, on a goal by Tyler Warmington, is able to take the lead. Here's Warmington. He turns, he shoots with his favorite foot, hits the base of the post, goes in past goalkeeper Sam Auditore, and just like that, Buffalo is in the lead once again. And it's been 3-4 games now that Buffalo has taken the lead, only to not be able to hold that lead. Hopefully tonight that'll be a different story.
This is where you want to rely on some of your older players, rely on your leadership.
Here's Lazoya with the chip inside the box. Here's a dangerous play, but Rochester is able to get it out. But here's Warmington. Whoa, he's slammed.
I was going to say, are we playing football out there?
Yeah.
Other kind of football?
Max Voyer had the ball, and he was just wiped out by the defense for Rochester, and now about 35 yards out. Buffalo will have a free kick, and Axel Lazoya will do the honors. And let's see if the Stallions can maybe get another one here.
Use this free kick wisely, even if just get possession, get a shot on frame. Be smart about it. Don't just have this be an empty possession. Keep the pressure up.
Here comes Axel Lazoya. Chips it inside the box to Warmington on the right side, but it's headed out. Here's a shot by Garrigan, who blasted it over the net. The score stays at 1-0 for Buffalo. Want to remind you that at halftime, I will be interviewing the head soccer coach for Niagara University Soccer. Bill Boyle will be here in the press box. And we'll talk about this upcoming season for the Niagara Purple Eagles and see what the expectations are. Buffalo with the ball, but they just blast it away as they cannot maintain possession. The ball goes over Lamondola's head. Here's a through ball, but fortunately for Buffalo, they were able to get it away. There's another foul on Lazoya.
I tell you, Tony, that's one of those plays where if you're the coach, you go over, hey, nice job, don't do it again.
Yeah.
Be in a better position, because a lot of times you're not going to make that little flick with your foot. Get in a better position. Make sure that you can really lock that down.
lackadaisical type of
Yeah, that's where you
pass.
look like you're in the old man
Yeah.
league. Like, oop, there you go.
Yeah. And that caused a free kick now for Rochester. Buffalo trying to defend.
And this
4
is
minutes into regulation before the end of this first half. Here's the chip inside the box, headed out by Anthony Stokes. And now the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Buffalo Stallions.
This is where you said, Tony, can they lock this down for the last 3+ minutes? Can you get into half with the lead? It's so important. You got to stay focused. In fact, you've got to stay more focused in the last 5 minutes almost that you do the whole game, because you know Rochester's going to start pushing to get that game, get the equalizer. If you're Buffalo, you have to keep that lead.
There's a terrible free goal kick, but fortunately for Buffalo, it goes out of bounds. That thing was a worm burner, just rolled along the ground.
I tell you, the goaltender, I've been really impressed with the saves.
Well,
that
it's
he's
going to
made.
be a yellow card on. Okay, well, again, here's a yellow card.
There.
Axel Lazoya, I was just going to say he's going to be called for too many fouls. He's had 3-4 fouls, and persistent infringement is the call. And she was not going to give it to him.
No.
She told him no. Then he opened his mouth, and he got himself a yellow card. That is Axel Lazoya with the yellow card at 42-minute mark.
Tony.
And now he's going to have to be careful.
Oh, absolutely. And Tony, I don't know about you, but I've never won an argument with the referee.
No.
Players have got to learn just to walk away. Coaches have got to learn to walk away. You state your case, and then that's it. That's all you can do, because you're not going to win the argument.
And I kind of have learned that simply because both as a player, a coach, and now a referee,
I was going to say,
it's not going to work.
Tony, have you ever had a coach argue with you and be like, you know what, you're right, I'm going to change the call?
Never. Never.
Yet we still do it.
Yeah. And here's Rochester again trying to put some pressure on Buffalo's defense. Buffalo trying to defend late in this first half. The ball's thrown into the inside of the 18-yard box.
Buffalo look like they're just holding on right
Burke
now.
with the ball, who tries to cross it but hits the side of the net. And it'll be a goal kick for Buffalo.
I'd love to see Buffalo here in the last minute get a little bit of an attack on time. Don't just sit back and try to survive. Start putting a little bit more pressure up top, get a little bit more of attack. The last 3 or 4 minutes, Rochester is really starting to build some momentum. You want to get something to take that away.
Long kick down the field. Max Boyer heads it back. And Jason Hernandez slips on a play, but is able to get rid of it. And now is inside the Rochester zone. LaMondola heads it to Max Boyer. Cannot control the ball. Rochester maintain possession. If it's happening in Niagara County, you'll hear about it here. Join Eric Cook and WLVL News Director Hank Nevins every morning on Wake Up Niagara, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on Hometown 1340 WLVL. Rochester coming in with the ball, but Stokes, the foul, that was a foul. He hit him with a straight arm to the chest.
Yeah.
That was the problem, because he turned and was able to get in front of him, but he extended his arm, and he just gave him a shot to his chest, and now we have a foul.
And you can look right here. Everything
there.
was good
Until he
until that
stuck his
little
arm out.
extension.
Yep.
And that's all it takes. And even if you don't make contact with that extension, the referee is going to see that arm raise, see the player fall, and make the call every time.
And that's what they call a forearm shiver. And now we have a free kick, a three-man wall. Martin Babary with shouting out instructions to his defense.
Looks like we're going to have about
there's
3 minutes of added
3
time.
minutes of extra time. It is Brennan McDermott and Noah Baumslag over the ball. It's chipped inside. They tried to low kick, but they were not able to
Great
fool
job.
Buffalo's defense.
Great job maintaining that wall.
Here's a long chip in a box, and the goalie's wiped out. We're going to have a foul going out as Sarkoti slams into goalkeeper Babary, and A foul is called by referee Stephanie Serrano. Barbary gets up, and that'll be a free kick for Buffalo.
Great to see your goaltender not afraid to come out and make that challenge. He knew he was getting hit when he was up in the air making that save. Came down, and thankfully no injury on the play.
That goes with the territory.
Oh, absolutely. I always say you got to be a little – the goaltender's the one that's got to be a little crazy. You got to be a little crazy to play goaltender. In a good way, though.
Right.
In a good way.
Here comes Rochester once again. Zarcone. Inside to his forward. Luke Rydell with the ball. And Buffalo, well, it's an offside call. Good defense by Buffalo. As Rochester looked like they were going to go in and possibly take a shot on goal, but Luke Rydell was called offside. That'll be a free kick for Buffalo.
I'll tell you, Buffalo's made some mistakes on that back line, but what you've got to be impressed with is how fast they're closing down on those mistakes. If they're letting some of their men go, but they're quick to close down. So I guess if you're going to make the mistake, you got to be fast to recover from it.
And here comes Buffalo with the ball. Warmington, he turns a corner, chips it inside. And it's a goal! Once again, it is Tyler Warmington with the croc. And Max Boyer is there to head the ball. Pass goalkeeper, Sam Auditore.
You can't ask for a better finish of a half. For a team that is struggling, especially to put it in the back of the net, that is amazing. Great finish.
Here's Tyler Warmington on the replay with a great chip to the opposite side. Max Boyer goes up, head ball. Nobody was near him, and he was able to just set it up and shoot it, head it past goalkeeper Sam Auditore, who dove but to no avail. And now 48 minutes into this first half, 3 minutes of extra time. The Buffalo Stallions are leading the Rochester Soccer Club by the score of 2-0. Let's not forget that the only victory for Rochester has been against the Buffalo Stallions. They defeated the Stallions by 4-1, and Buffalo, I'm sure, would like to give it back to them
Return
tonight.
the favor a
return
little
the
bit.
favor.
And that was great. And like you said, I was surprised to see both Rochester defenders in good position, but neither one stepped up to give any kind of a challenge. Goaltender creeping a little bit towards the left side of the net, gave open the right side, and Max was able to put it in on perfect header, nice and low, on frame, and that's all it takes.
Here comes Rochester trying to close up this half with a goal of their own. But Buffalo, good job by Riley Quinn. And it's halftime here in North Tonawanda as the Buffalo Stallions. Goals by Tyler Warmington and Max Boyer lead the Rochester Academy Soccer Club by the score of 2-0. Larry?
I'm telling you, it is. These guys have got to be on cloud nine right now. They are. You're getting that first win under your belt. If I'm the coach, though, I'm telling them, hey, it is 0-0. I don't care what the score is. Go out there, play your butt off on that second half. Otherwise, you're going to waste this golden opportunity. You have to, if you're Buffalo, you have to finish this game.
Well, that's what Buffalo wanted. Normally, the last few games here at home, it has been the opposition who has scored late in the game, and today it was Buffalo who was able to get the second goal. And it's 2-0 here in North Tonawanda, as we mentioned before. We're happy to have with us here in the press box Bill Boyle, the head soccer coach of the men's Niagara Purple Eagles. Bill, good to have you here. How are you?
Good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you, Coach.
Let's, before we get to your program, a little opinion about this game, your views.
Oh, well, I mean, the wide play has been great for the Stallions. It's been, been working, serving it in the box and getting down those wings and connecting with the forwards. And so, yeah, they've been dangerous. So I think they deserve to be up 2-0, but like you said, I would I guess we've dropped a few, so we want to lock it down now.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your team. Of course, you now have been at Niagara for quite
10
a
years.
while, right?
10 years, yep. Yep.
That's
Yeah, so we're we have a lot of local products on our team as well. My assistant coach Dave Esch coaching 18-12 in the league.
Yeah.
But Rudy and Rory are all, we have guys from all these clubs. We've all kind of Canisius too. So and then all the D3s, D2. So we've seen guys from local Rochester. We had 3 All-Americans on our team. So, and then we go into Canada as well. So we've had a lot of talent on our team, and we're just trying to continue recruiting so we can win a championship and go to the NCAA tournament.
Well, let's talk about before we get to this season and what's ahead in this coming season. Talk about recapping of last year's season for you. What did you think?
Well, we had a very good culture. We had FC Buffalo captain, defensive player of the year for them in the USL 2. Landon Hungerford is a captain. Our other captain, they're just Cam Roach. Were just really good leaders. So guys bought into their role. That's half the battle. We've had the talent in the past. We've had bad seasons. We didn't have everybody buying into their role. So I think if, even guys on the bench buying in their role, and then all of our players in every position pretty much were locked down type players in each position, and the guy off the bench for them in each position kind of accepted that and knew that they were the next guy in that position. So that helped with us accepting our roles and then being successful.
So it was it's a depth. It's huge because it's a long season. There's injuries and all kinds of things. So having depth really helps.
Yeah, absolutely. We had guys coming off the bench that were, we're just taking us up a notch when we needed them to, and then we stayed away from as many injuries as we could. So all those things in the short college season are why we had a successful season, got to our playoffs.
And that's, as a coach, when you're doing your recruiting, you say, okay, well, maybe this guy's not able to start maybe the first or second year, but he's a player that if you take someone off the field and you put him in, you don't really lose anything.
Yeah, and we had our 2 captains, like I said, they were walk-ons, and they earned full rides, and they got their masters done, but they were walk-ons. They didn't play for that much their first couple of years. We have a pro, Gabby McKenna, who transferred to play at Syracuse. He's playing pro still. He was a walk-on at Niagara. So we have a lot of guys that come in and in those roles, and then they figure it out quickly, and they grow into the game.
Because of your proximity to Canada, do you guys have you do a lot of recruiting in that part?
Yeah, we're big, and I mean, with relationships with every club up there, that we value their input. They tell us when they got guys, but we're up there all the time. My wife's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
So I'm up there all the time anyway. Yeah, she just immigrated down here. So I'm in Canada a lot already, and they've been very good for us. We got guys in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Grimsby, Marysville, and Toronto. So
how is the I know that, with college now we talk about this portal and stuff like that. Has that affected you at all?
Well, it affects us because our best players want to, not even best players. I mean, all the guys are curious to see what if the grass is greener on the other side. I was just talking to Rudy about club soccer. The grass is always greener on the other side. So we got one of our leading goal scorers and all league guy to stay this year. But we lost 3 guys 1 year to Syracuse, and I can't blame them, especially with NIL money. And then we're also getting guys from the portal. We just signed a kid from VCU today, so he's a transfer. He's our last roster spot. So it works both ways, but we definitely can lose them, but we can also pick them up.
So help me out with this money situation. Your players?
No, our players do not get NIL money right now, but there are programs in the country that are doing it.
Syracuse being one of them?
I don't know what their situation is. I would guess. I would hate to say what it is. We do know that, the ACC, Big Ten, Vermont, Marshalls are getting help from alumni to help compensate players at pretty good levels. That we're just not able to do that at this point yet.
But is that something that maybe look forward to in the future?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where it's all going because we're going to a year-long model too as well for our season, which is going to be harder in some degree to our type of university in the Northeast. And so NIL money for our schools in our league, tends to go towards basketball or hockey, or so the collective that we get might venture into men's soccer someday. But right now we're just concentrating on creating a good culture, so guys want to come play for a brotherhood that they're going to have for the rest of their life. And if they move on to somewhere that can pay them better, we understand.
Right.
So.
Well, this thing has been debated now on Capitol Hill. They had hearings in the last couple of weeks. Just from your standpoint, is that good, bad, or?
I think the best thing about that is that they're saying one transfer. I just think these guys that are, we had the leading goal scorer in the country, Jeldrick Dahlman. He transferred to Lipscomb, then he transferred to SMU. He's the leading goal scorer at both of those schools as well. But he still talks to us and texts to us, and he wants to send his little brother to Niagara because of his experience. But he transferred 3 times, and a community college. So. That you lose something there with relationships that you have with your brothers on the team, and I think one transfer is fair enough, and if you graduate, that's fair as well.
Well, let's talk about this season and what can we expect from the Niagara Purple Eagles?
We're super excited about it. We got a good returning group and good recruits coming in. So we're going to play Bonnie's first on August 20th at home. So we hope to have a big crowd for that, and that's always a great rivalry. And then we go to Michigan State, come back and play Lemoyne and Mercyhurst, and then we hit our league after that, and hopefully that will prepare us well to try to win our league.
Now, Bonnie's, they have a new coach this year, right?
He's been there now a couple years.
Yeah.
Kwame, who's a Niagara alum, he left to coach women in Oregon State. So, but Mick's been doing a good job taking over where Kwame left off. They're always good. It's always a battle. So yeah, they're doing their job, and they're in the A10, so they have to compete in that conference as well.
How is the battle between Niagara and Canisius College look this year?
Well, it's always good. He's doing a great job there. We both have our obstacles to in recruiting all over the place compared to the big boys. So he's doing a great job. He has quality players. Again, it's always back and forth. It's always a difficult match, and but our guys. We're able to win it this spring. We have a little cup we play for at Bonnie's at Canisius. It's something to play for us in the spring.
Well, that's it's a crosstown rivalry, and that's always good.
Yeah,
a lot of excitement. Yeah. I guess it's unfortunate that the University of Buffalo on the men's side is no longer.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're hoping that doesn't happen to any more men's soccer programs in the country, especially with the year-long model and NIL. Unfortunately, men's soccer is always one in danger of that. So we know that program was very successful and doing well until they chopped it. So
yeah, and it was probably at that time it was one of the few winning programs they had.
Yeah, we played them my first or second year. Stu Riddle was there, and they spanked us. I mean, they had the leading goal scorer, one of them in the country as well, who's I think still playing.
Cicerone.
Yeah, Cicerone, and he. So we had a difficult time with them, and then they were cut. So you just never know, and especially with football schools, that's another factor, especially in that conference at the time.
And Niagara has no such worries.
No football, at least. Not
American
to say at
football.
least, but it just we have basketball and hockey as our two primary sports. But I mean, I think men's soccer is and women's soccer and women's lacrosse has been successful, and so we're really trying to push men's soccer and try to get to win our or it's called the Metro Conference now. So
what? Not to put you on the spot, but what do you expect this year from your team?
Well, I want them to play consistent and be a team that is hard to score on. In order to win our league or any league, you can't be giving up silly goals. And we were pretty good at that last year. We didn't give up any defensive corner kicks or offensive corner kicks from the other team. So we were good on sets. We were good on not fouling in critical areas. And so we're keeping ourselves in every game and then being able to combine and play the right way and get into the final third, and we had some beautiful goals. So we hope to do that game by game and follow tactical game plans for each game. So I think we could beat anybody on our schedule, just how we play.
What is the I know that the games itself, they're very exciting up there. You play a lot of night games. People should come out there.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. If you come out to games, our schedule is going to be released here pretty soon, and it's all finalized. So any home game we can get a crowd. We have an alumni game October 17th that we combine with the women, and that's a huge day. Tons of people and lots of activity. We try to bring out a youth team every game to help ball boy. So if any youth teams want to come to a game and walk out with the teams and ball boy, we'd love to have them.
Well, what about any particular players that we should know about? We can hear.
Yeah. Well, Leon Tezuka is one of our leading goal scorers from last year. He's back. He's at Flint City Bucks, one of the best amateur teams in the country in USL 2. He's playing there with one of our players, Patty. Who we think is going to be very good for us too. But we have our goalkeeper Grant Wiles, who's at FC Buffalo, but he started for Vaughan in League One. We have dangerous wingers, Talsma, Thomas Brooks coming back. That they're hard to stop and hard to handle. We have a few. We got 4 Portuguese boys that are very difficult to handle. Right back and center mid, Santos twins and Antonio Pratis in the midfield, and we're just excited to see how they really come around. We have local boys like Robert Woods, who's come back for another year, who's a product of the Stallions, so in Lewiston. So we want to see those guys really shine as well. So that's the pleasure of coaches, to see those boys become men and become players that are standouts on the field. So,
well, 10 years into it, you still love it, and that's an important thing.
Yeah, it's a pleasure when you got players that love it as well.
Yeah. Well, Bill, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming in tonight.
All right.
We look forward to a successful season from you, and I'll see you down the road.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, guys, and go Stallions. My son's Stallions 2013,
right.
So hope they get the win tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
There
Thank
you
you,
have
Coach.
it. That's Bill Boyle. He is the head coach of the Niagara men's Purple Eagles, and you're listening to Buffalo Stallion Soccer on Hometown 1340 WLVL. for this matchup between the Buffalo Stallions and the Rochester Club, the Rochester Academy soccer team. Buffalo leading 2-0. Off goals at the 36-minute mark by Tyler Warmington. And then in extra time on the first half, it was Max Voyer, a head ball off of a cross from Tyler Warmington. And the Stallions are leading 2-0. Great first half, Larry.
Great first half, perfect finish. I'd say before that goal, the last 5 minutes, Rochester was really starting to bring the play, really starting to push back and look for the equalizer. So the fact that the Stallions didn't just sit back, didn't just try to survive, where you see a lot of teams just get into that dump and chase, clear. They were able to make a nice run down the side, send in a nice simple through ball, and get a nice simple cross, get a nice header on the ball, and really end that first half with a big exclamation point.
Well, it looks like the Buffalo Stallions are going to make a substitution as far as we can see. It looks as Sam Lamondola might be out, and Ivan Wangu is going to be coming in. It has not been made official, but from our vantage point, that's what we see here.
I tell you, hopefully he comes in and does as great as Stokes. I've really been impressed with the play of Anthony Stokes. He came in, I believe, at about the 7 or 8 minute mark of the game. And sometimes when you come in that early in a game because of an injury, it can go one of two ways. It can go either really bad or really good. Stokes made a lot of good decisions out there, a lot of good plays. He did get caught up one or two times being a little overly aggressive up top, but he was able to recover on any time he got up fast, so I thought he handled himself very nicely.
Looks like Rochester is also going to make a couple of substitutions. Kyle Pollard, number 14, and Glody Mata are in there. Glody Mata for Rochester from Canisius, plays at Canisius University, and Kyle Pollard, also a Canisius Golden Griffin, in the game now for Rochester.
My alma mater. I didn't want to bring that up when the NU coach was up here.
Oh.
Golden Griffs.
Golden Griff. Who was your coach when you were there?
I actually didn't play. My knee blew out my knee about three weeks before the season started, and that kind of ended things for me. But you know what? It got me into coaching. Was able to pick up some coaching experience, and then the rest was history.
Right. Well, you're still involved in soccer, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's sometimes it's more fun doing the yelling than getting yelled at.
Well, this second half is underway, and Buffalo is controlling ball to Lazoya, to Tyler Warmington, who swings the ball all the way to the right side. Van Garrigan with the ball.
Let's see how Buffalo plays this. Are they going to come out and are they going to stay aggressive, try to put in a third or even a fourth, or are they going to play a little bit more defensive? Right now, it looks like they're putting the play on them, so I'd love to see them put in an early one here and really slam the door on Rochester.
Ball goes inside, but it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. I'm just trying to get these substitutions figured out.
No, here we go. Nice little through ball there.
Oh, here's a mistake by the defense. A shot, and it's a goal! Riley Quinn.
And that's what you're talking about. Put the pressure on. A simple mistake by the goaltender ends up in the back of the net. Buffalo right now is all over this Rochester team. You have them down. Keep them down.
Here's a bad mistake by the defender who heads the ball as the goalie's coming out. Riley Quinn is there on the spot, and he just hits it in. The defender tried to clear it out, but he knocked it right in. And Buffalo, just like that, a minute and a half into the second, half is now leading 3-0. What a great way to start.
We talked about the importance of goaltender communication. That was a classic miscommunication right there. The goaltender, whether he didn't yell it loud enough, the defender chose not to listen. When your goaltender is coming out for the ball, you need to let him get it. Let him control it. It just looked ugly, and Buffalo was able to capitalize brilliantly and put it in the back of the net.
We can say there was a dumpster fire.
I always call it a husband and wife play. Lack of communication.
Wow. The goalie comes out. We're looking at the replay. And
nice recovery by the defender back there, but just wasn't able to get there fast enough to clear it off that back line.
Well, it's 3-0 for these Buffalo Stallions, and now they just continue putting the pressure on.
Keep the pressure on, because if you're Rochester right now, you've got nothing to lose by getting aggressive. If you're getting aggressive and you score one, all right, you're back in the game. If you get aggressive and give one up, all right, you're down 4-0. Being down 4-0 and 3-0, not really big of a difference. But if you can get aggressive like Rochester's going to try to do here, and if you can equalize or put in that one here, make it go back to a 2-goal game, this is where Buffalo has to weather this pressure now that's going to come from Rochester.
Here's Rochester coming inside the box with the shot, and it's a goal for Rochester. Messafent Ellingson.
And that
looks like the goalie dove right over that ball.
He got there a little early. It looked like he got there early and just couldn't get down in time. He was in good position to make the save. Just like you said, he kind of dove over the ball. But again, you get defenders not coming back, midfielders getting a little lackadaisical. He was there.
What happened on that play?
He was there. Maybe it took a little funny skip off the turf.
He dove right over that ball.
Yeah, I think he thought that skip was going to come a little higher. A little bit of rain out there, so maybe it deadened the ball a little bit from coming up. But that's one you want to see your keeper make.
Well, that was a nice play by the Rochester team, who they got the ball from inside the box, and Messafent Ellingson took a shot, left-footed shot, and it went right under a diving goalkeeper, Matin Babary, for the Buffalo Stallions. And just like that, Rochester gets on the board, and it's 2-1. And I don't think that Rudy Pompert, Coach Pompert, wanted that to happen.
Still 3-1. You got a 3-1 lead. You're where you were when you started off 4 minutes. Got to settle your team in. This is where you want to see those experienced players, those veteran players on Buffalo, settle everybody down. Can you get your back line? Can you get your formation going again? Don't let it snowball, and all of a sudden, if Rochester puts another one in here quick, then it's game on.
Yeah, they have to tighten up. And I was just going to say, Buffalo with a 3-0 lead has to be very deliberate on defense and responsible, and defense first. And just like that, Rochester gets the ball inside the box. A nice heel pass by Luke Rydell to Messafent Ellingson, who left-footed shot went right under the goalkeeper, Matin Babary. We have a free kick on Rochester's side of the field, and Buffalo has to play defense. And I'm sure that Coach Rudy Pompert is yelling instructions on the sideline. He's making sure that nothing easy is given to this Rochester team. And like you said, Larry, right now they don't really care whether it's 3-0 and here's a no.
Oh, little early jump. Little early jump on the play, I think.
Are you sure?
I could be wrong, but it looked like he got a little bit of an early jump. You know me, I don't like to agree with the referees.
As we're looking at the replay, Riley Quinn chips in the box and looks like he might have been offside.
Tough to say from that angle, but I think he got a little bit of an early jump. It was close. I'd say about a half a yard, a little bit of an early jump offsides.
AR Dan Simic puts the flag up, and Stephanie Serrano blows the whistle to give a free kick to Rochester off the offside call. And here comes Rochester once again working down this right side. It's Mesafint Ellingson who crossed inside the box. There's a shot, and it's wide and high, and it'll be a goal kick for Buffalo.
Giving it up too easy. You cannot give those runs outside with no challenge. A lot of space. He had about 5 yards easy. Cross, nobody challenging. Lucky that that wasn't picked up in a better spot. If that outside player was able to get a better touch on it or even get a run on it, that could have been very easily in the back of the net.
And it looks like Rochester is working this right side of their wing to number 7, Mesafint Ellingson. They got to be careful. He looks like a very talented player, a very smooth left foot. And here's a throw-in, knocked out by Riley Quinn. And now it looks like the forward undercuts Riley. It is a call foul. And Buffalo will have possession of the ball. Free kick.
I tell you what, it looked like early in this game, Rochester was trying to dominate through the middle, get all the possession through the middle. Early in this second half, it looks like they've switched up gears where they're trying to start the attack on the outside and then work it to the middle instead of just keeping through the middle. So can Buffalo adapt and switch up tactics defensively to take that outside away from them? So far, you've seen 2 or 3 runs on the outside. If Buffalo, though, can tighten up, they should be able to handle those outside attacks a little bit better. But again, this is where is Buffalo going to let the season of losses
Here, the Buffalo loses the ball right now and looking for trouble. And the ball, fortunately for Buffalo, goes to the defense, and it's cleared out by Buffalo. Warmington to Diadu. Being watched by 2. Lazoya overlaps on the left side, but they put the ball inside to no one in particular, and Rochester comes away with the ball. There's a play on because there was a foul called, and good defense by Buffalo to get that ball away. And the ball is flipped out about. No, it's kept in by Axel Lazoya, who looks to play the ball, and it's to Riley Quinn, who gets the ball knocked away from him. And fortunately for Buffalo, the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Buffalo's throw-in. Riley Quinn, who scored the 3rd goal for Buffalo. There's a long throw down the side. Wangu knocks the ball down the field. Warmington goes up for the ball, or make that Jason Hernandez.
A little bit of a hard challenge there.
Wangu, good tackle. Rochester's yelling for a foul, none to come. Here comes a Buffalo, wrong-footed. That was Riley Quinn who's gets the ball on the left side, but instead of accepting the ball with his left foot, he tried to play with his right foot, and it went out of bounds. And it'll be, he should have shot that with his left foot.
I was going to say, you got to get the left on there. That, like you said, Tony, you want to see him take that with the left. Even he had another touch or 2 that he could have taken with possession.
Long ball down the field. And you can see that ball, because though we do have a few drops out here, the ball is going to be skipping and wet, and Buffalo has to be careful. And that might have played
I think that played a little bit in that part in that first goal.
First goal for Rochester, because the ball looked like it skipped right underneath the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think the goaltender was expecting that ball to bounce higher right into his chest, and it just didn't.
Coming out to Warmington, but his pass too far away from Tyler, and it is a goal kick.
Oh.
Well, Buffalo does not agree with that.
I don't agree with that either. I think that was a clear kick out of bounds by the defender. Should have been a corner.
And the bench for Buffalo agrees with you. They're yelling at the third, at the AR and the 4th official.
I mean, that looked like a pretty easy call to make. But what do I know?
Yeah. Rochester maintaining possession of the ball. Buffalo playing defense. They try to through ball. Buffalo cuts it off, and it's in Rochester's zone. 57 minutes into this game. Buffalo leading by the score of 3-1. Buffalo had taken a 3-0 lead. Third goal scored by Riley Quinn just at the beginning of the second half. But a couple minutes later, it was Mesafent Ellingson scoring for Rochester, and that's where we stand right now, 3-1 in North Tonawanda, as we have Great Lakes Action Conference, NPSL, Buffalo Stallions and Rochester. Diadu goes after the ball, but it's out of bounds. And a throw in for Rochester, quickly thrown into the goalkeeper. Number 4, Brendan McDermott with the ball. To Cody Sarkody. Back to the goalkeeper.
Rochester came out like expected. They made that mistake, but after that, they put on some good pressure. Buffalo survived it. Yeah, they gave up one, but other than that, they haven't given up too many chances. Now, as the game goes into the half, Rochester's going to get more and more desperate. How does Buffalo respond? Do they wilt to the pressure, or do they stand up?
Well, Buffalo has to play solid defense and then look for, because Rochester is going to go all forward. Here comes Rochester once again. The ball, it's crossed inside the box, and Rochester maintains possession on the right side of Buffalo's defense. It is a throw-in for Rochester. Again, Rochester working the left side of Buffalo's defense, and Ellingson crosses it.
And another cross where he had a lot of room. He had a good 10 yards by himself. You've got to keep somebody out there. You cannot give up those easy outside-in crosses.
Here's Riley Quinn, intercepts the ball, and he comes in, he cuts it back. Overlapping to Tyler Warmington. Swings the ball all the way across the field. Here comes a nice opportunity for Buffalo. Axel Lazoya on the right side. Will he cross it? He does. To Warmington on his left foot. He tries to chip it inside, but it's taken away by Buffalo's defense. Should have volleyed that ball right off his left foot.
Yeah, a little bit too heavy of a touch inside, but I agree. If you get that shot, take it. A nice, simple volley. There's no such thing as a bad shot on net.
He's got a great shot with his left foot, and he should have just popped that thing and see what happens. Rochester with the ball.
And the thing with Rochester pressing up and starting to get aggressive up top, there are going to be opportunities for the Stallions to get a counterattack. Can they capitalize on it?
Here they come. Kerrigan with the ball. Chips it inside. And Rochester heads it out. Again, Buffalo's putting good pressure on them. But here comes Rochester. Pass to number 7, Mesafint Ellingson, the goal scorer. Overlapping is Brendan McDermott on the right side, being watched by Riley Quinn. Here's a chip inside, but it's knocked out by Ivan Wangu, and it'll be a corner kick for Rochester.
Much better defense on that one. Sorry, Tony, didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's okay.
But much better defense. They closed them down on that last cross. They didn't give up the easy through ball through the middle. Great job on the outside.
McDermott with the corner kick for Buffalo. For Rochester make that, and Buffalo's playing defense. Got to clear this ball out. Rochester, pretty much everybody inside the 6-yard box. A lot of pushing and shoving inside. Here comes the kick. Inside, the head ball. It's headed out by Buffalo. No? Yes? Yes, indeed. Here's a shot. Well, that was... Oh, Rochester maintains possession. It's chipped inside the box. But it goes out of bounds, and we have a goal kick for Buffalo.
Good call. I think Rochester was saying went off of one of the Buffalo players' heads, which I don't think so. But inside that 6-box, Tony, you got to get tough, especially when you're defending, because it's going to be battles. There are shoulders being thrown, elbows being thrown. It can get tough in that 6-box. Buffalo's got to stand up to it. They did it there. I'd like to see them get a little bit more desperate in that 6, though, to get that ball cleared a little bit faster. But I thought overall we're starting to mark pretty well.
Well, Rochester has made a couple of substitutions. Number 5, Cody Sarkody, is out. And also number 11, Luke Rydell. And in for Buffalo, or make that Rochester, is number 17, Raji Chitre, and number 15, Daniel Staniker. Those are the new arrivals for Rochester. Here comes Ivan Wengu on the left side of the defense. He makes a move to Diadu. He's trying to beat his man. Back to Wengu. Back to Lazoya.
Simple possession passes, simple possession passes. Don't get forced into a bad decision. Keep playing the ball. Keep making sure you're playing your game. Don't get caught into a bad ball there.
Just like that. Buffalo, again, has to be smart and just make the easy passes. Don't try anything crazy. And give the Rochester team a cheap opportunity.
It only takes one bad decision to make this a brand new game. You're still in control of it. You're up by 2. This is where can the Stallions close this one out? I know I keep saying it, but you got to rely on your leadership out there. You got to make sure that everybody's on the same page and doing their job.
Well, they have a great opportunity with 3-1 lead with about 27 minutes to go in the game. We don't need that fancy heel ball. Just play simple soccer.
No, I'm telling you, I've seen so many players mess up or make a mistake on that. Just a simple clear, a simple pass. Simple, simple, simple. As I always say, sometimes you got to live by the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
And looks like we have another substitution for the Buffalo Stallions. Keegan Herman.
Entering the game for the Buffalo Stallions, number 21, Keegan Herman.
And coming off the field is Ane Diadu. So Keegan coming in. Looks like.
And this is when you're coming into a game like this, you want to make sure you're as focused as possible, because when you're coming in off the bench, it's still a tight game.
Look at this.
Oh, almost got a nice little blooper in there. That would have been a big goal.
Logan Debo just blasted the ball from midfield, and it just went over the crossbar by inches.
Playing a little bit of the long ball there, a little high sky ball. But when you're coming in off of the bench in a tight game like this, you want to make sure that you're not the guy that's going to make that mistake, that you're going to be focused. You know where your man is. You know what you got to do, and you got it on lockdown.
Oh, look at this. Again, the communication, they have to be a little bit.
That one, I thought the goaltender came out a little bit quicker. I thought his defense was in pretty good position. But,
That was too close for comfort. You
I
just got to get that
agree.
ball out. Here comes Rochester, but it's knocked out by Ivan Wangu. Rochester knocks it back in. Nice play by Wangu. And here's a foot race going down the field. Max Boyer going in on goal. Oh, he just hits it too far. Max Boyer ran away from the defense, but his last touch was just too heavy, and it went right to goalkeeper Sam Auditore.
Oh, that's
what a great opportunity, put this game away by Buffalo, as Max Boyer received the through ball, and he just ran away from the defender, and I thought he's going to pull him down, and that would have been a red card for a dog show situation, but his last touch was just a little bit too heavy, and it went to the goalkeeper Auditore. It's still 3-1 score for the Buffalo Stallions. Here's a long ball down the field, but to goalkeeper Martin Babbery.
This, again, is where you'd like to see your goaltender settle everything down. You don't want to say you're killing time, but you want to waste a little bit of time back there. You don't have to be quick on the punts. Make sure everybody's in position. But, yeah, on that last one, again, it's just a little heavy on that last touch. He clearly pulled away from him. Had him by a good 5 yards, but unfortunate to see.
Yeah. The umbrellas are out here in North Tonawanda. As a light drizzle is falling upon North Tonawanda High School. And here's Max Boyer. He's really good in the air. Keegan Herman chasing the ball down, but it goes back to goalkeeper Sam Auditore. And Rochester comes back up the field, looking to get closer to the Buffalo Stallions, who are leading 3-1. Here's an inside cross, but it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Rochester. We're 67 minutes into this game. The Buffalo Stallions by the score of 3-1. On goals by Tyler Warmington, Max Voyer, and Riley Quinn. Rochester getting one back by Messefant Ellingson. And that's where we stand right now. Here's inside the ball. It's punched out by Babbery. And Rochester with the ball. They're going backwards as Keegan Herman puts the pressure on the defense. Another substitution for Rochester. Number 18 is going to be going in there, and number 18 is Johnny Mullane. Johnny Mullane coming into the game for Rochester, and we'll see who they will be pulling off.
I tell you, Burberry, the goaltender for the Stallions, I've been impressed for the most part with his positioning. Does have to work a little bit on his footwork. Some of those passes and those distributions were a little off today, but for the most part, I'd say he's been solid position-wise. Even on that goal that he gave up, I still think it was a funny bounce off the turf that cost him that. He was in good position to make that save. So really a good, solid outing by Burberry.
There's a foul. There should be a yellow card. It is. And a substitution coming in for Rochester, and also, did she show the yellow card?
Didn't show the yellow. I thought she should.
I thought she did. She went to her pocket and changed her mind, maybe?
Changed her mind. Didn't show the yellow. You definitely could make a case for it. But again, you want to let the players play, but I thought that one kind of stopped an attack.
Charlie McFadden comes off the field for Rochester. Johnny Mullane replaces him. There's a play to the left side to Keegan Herman, who tries to cross, but it's knocked out of bounds by Andre Durka, and it'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. Riley Quinn with the throw-in to Lazoya. Here's Quinn back to Lazoya, who knocks it out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Rochester.
As this game gets closer and closer to the end, Rochester is the one that they've got to start playing a little bit more desperate. Buffalo's been able to hold off their attack, but as this game gets more into the second half, and as it stays a 2-goal lead, you're going to see Rochester take more and more chances, or should start taking more and more chances offensively. And the back line of Buffalo so far has been up to the test.
Right. Looks like we got an injured player for Buffalo. The referee stops. It looks like she's going to stop because it was an injury, head injury.
Looks like it's number 9.
Ben Garrigan is down on the field.
Never want to see a player down. Looks like he's grabbing his head. Hopefully nothing too serious.
Well, he's got a leg up, looking for, I don't know if that's
maybe a little bit of a cramp.
Head. A little bit of everything here.
I was going to say.
We have a pause in the action here in North Tonawanda. The Buffalo Stallions leading by the score of 3-1 against Rochester Academy. And it's like a hometown swap meet on your radio. Join Eric Cook for Tradio weekday mornings at 9:15 right here on Hometown 1340 WLVL. And, of course, all your home Stallions games on Hometown 1340 WLVL, WLVL.com, and Buffalo Stallions TV on YouTube. So, and this Saturday night, back in action, the Buffalo Stallions will be right here in North Tonawanda. They will be facing the Ambassadors FC, who stand near the top of the division. In fact, they're in second place, Larry.
Yeah, and you know what? How much better would they feel going into that game with a win under their belt? Yes. Maybe build a little 2-game winning streak.
That would be fantastic, and I'm sure that's what Coach Rudy Pompert is saying right now.
There's nothing better than getting that first win of the season. Doesn't matter when in the season it comes, but there's nothing better than getting that first win.
Ben Garrigan is off the field. And we'll check to see who replaced him.
So number 9, Bennett Garrigan came off the field for the Stallions. And number 19, Wasim Alden Ahmad.
Here comes Buffalo on the right side. Ahmad makes a move. Goes in, but it's just at the last minute.
Couldn't get that crossover.
By the defense.
That cross connects. That's in the back of the net. But good pressure up top. Good attack up top. Would have liked to see them shoot a little bit earlier. Thought maybe one pass too many. But still a good attack up top. Buffalo is definitely not sitting back in a defensive shell.
No.
They're getting some good pressure, which is what you want to see.
Well, as they say, a good defense is a good offense. And
That's
Buffalo
right.
is still keeping the pressure up there, and hopefully they'll be able to hold off on defense with their 4-man back line. Buffalo back there. And inside, Ben Garrigan coming off of the field. And Wasim Aldin Ahmad is in to replace him. And he's playing on that right side of the field. And here comes Rochester, but he plays the ball out of bounds. It'll be Buffalo's ball. 73 minutes gone in this game. And you're listening to Stallion Soccer on Hometown 1340 WLVL. Tony Acuto with you. And, of course, also in the booth is Larry Monahan, the pride of Niagara Wheatfield women's soccer coach. And
glad to be here, Tony. It's been fun.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Talk about, before we do that, here comes the ball down to Herman, who was knocked off the ball, and the ball goes to the goalkeeper, Sam Auditore. And here comes Buffalo once again, or make that Rochester, Tyler Moran. He turns and he hits it to number 15, Daniel Steinacher.
Nice
and looks
defense
like we're
through
going
the
to
middle.
have a corner kick.
Nice defense through the middle. Gets the simple deflection off there to prevent that cross from going in and really take away a dangerous chance for Rochester there.
And now Rochester basically pushing everybody inside the box. They're in emergency mode, trying to get this second goal to get this game a little bit tighter for them. Here's the ball inside the box. It's headed across, and it looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Rochester. The ball went all the way across the box, but headed out by Buffalo. It'll be a throw-in.
That ball's wet out there. That ball's going to skip. You're seeing players trying to dry it off on every single throw-in, every single corner. So this is where
There's
sometimes
a shot, and it's a goal.
Oh.
It looked like it went wide, but the defender shot the ball and went right in there to the make that to the right of goalkeeper Madden Babari. Here's a throw-in on the replay. It went all the way across, and the ball is played back with the shot and right by goalkeeper Martin Babari.
You're right. From our angle for a second, I thought it went wide of the net, hit the back netting, but it hit the back of the net. Again, it's in that 6. You've got to win those battles. You're protecting a lead. You've got to win those battles. Too much standing around by the Stallions inside your own 6. You've got to go out there and protect your space. You cannot give up an easy one like that, an easy shot on net. Let's hope that the Stallions can really respond here, weather the storm. This is where Rochester is going to try to go in off that momentum and control play. How does Buffalo respond, though? Now you've given up 2. Your 3-goal cushion is now a 1-goal slim lead. Can you get it back?
And I'm sure Coach Rudy Pompert is not what they want.
Here comes the throw-in down the side.
Kyle Pollard was the goal scorer
That
for
goal was scored by number 14, Kyle Pollard.
And again,
Rochester.
it was a nice, simple pass back to Pollard, who was able to put the shot in, bury it on the right side of the net. But again, winning that battle inside the 6, you've got a couple of defenders and midfielders that were just standing around. You've got a man mark, especially when you saw everybody forwards, defenders, midfielders, everybody crowding in on that play. You have to be able to stand up to that attack, because I guarantee you the next corner, the next free kick down there, Rochester's going to do the same until they get that equalizer.
That was a very unselfish play by number 7, Massafint Ellingson, who just as easily could have turned and shot that ball, but he saw Kyle Pollard wide open behind him, and Kyle Pollard with one-timer to the right of goalkeeper Martin Babary, who never even moved. I don't know if he didn't see it or what the deal was, but he just saw he just watched the ball go right by him.
Not sure if he thought that maybe one of his players had cleared it back, didn't see the goal scorer there waiting for the pass, but yeah, he looked a little confused, there was quite a bit of traffic in front of him, so maybe he lost track of where the ball was for a second.
Well, there was definitely a lot of bodies inside that 6. In fact, every player except the goalkeeper was inside the 6-yard box on that corner kick, and Rochester's going to be doing the same thing over and over again, trying to get that equalizer. As we are at 50, or make that 78 minutes into this second half. Looks like Rochester or Buffalo is going to make another substitution. Coming into the game will be Johnny Pizzino, and we'll see who will be coming out for Buffalo.
And again, you don't want to see the Stallions just tighten up. They cannot afford to just get back into that defensive shell. They've got to. You don't want to be overly aggressive up top, but you want to keep controlling. Go back to controlling play in the midfield. Go back to putting some attacks up top. Because, yes, Rochester.
Here comes Rochester again with the shot. But Axel Lazoya, he dove in front of it and stopped that ball from getting to the net. And we have a corner kick once again for Rochester.
A little bit of a shield out there, but Rochester was able to bank it in at the last moment off his shin and get the corner. Smart play for them.
Buffalo is playing with fire. After leading 3-0, now it's 3-2, and an opportunity off a corner kick, which Rochester scored off their last corner kick. Brennan McDermott will do the honors and get this ball inside the box. He plays it low to the ground with the shot, but it's stopped by Jason Hernandez.
Way to come out and attack Rochester. That shot.
Across. All the way across to the other side, but Massafint Ellingson could not corral the ball, and he kicks it over the end line for a Buffalo goal kick.
Way to come out and block that shot. This time, Buffalo didn't wait for the shot to come to them. They stepped up, made a great play, great deflection. That's what you've got to do on that back line. You can't just sit there and wait and wait and wait. Don't back off. When you're approaching the 18, shooters nowadays, they can shoot from anywhere. Have to protect that 18.
The substitution for Buffalo was Max Boyer for Johnny Pizzino. Here's a long cross, but it's cut off by Rochester, as they had a great opportunity, Buffalo did, to counter, but it was an errant cross, defended well by Rochester, and now they possess the ball and methodically are coming up the field. Buffalo doing a little bit of chasing.
Let's see how they respond. Here comes Rochester. They're going to try to build something up from that back line.
And
they weren't building anything from that back line.
Out of bounds at midfield, it'll be a throw-in for Buffalo.
They built a house of straw on that one.
Yeah. Light rain falling here in North Tonawanda. Hopefully Saturday will be sunny evening.
You know what they say in Buffalo, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. It'll change.
Indeed. Here comes Rochester, but
got to get a good distribution off there by the goaltender. He's able to get rid of it.
Saturday we're looking at, just spoke to the weather forecaster, who's never wrong. Punxsutawney Phil. He says 72 degrees and no rain on Saturday.
I love it. I tell you, Tony, I wish I could be a weatherman. All you got to do is say 50% chance of this, 50% chance of that, and you're never wrong.
Yeah. It's the only job that you could be wrong and still maintain your position. Here comes Rochester trying to build up. And the ball goes out of bounds. And
A little bit of an extra shove there at the end.
Glody Mata just with two-handed shoved Axel Lazoya to the ground, but it'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. Riley Quinn gets it into play, tries for Johnny Pizzino. Pizzino was not able to control the ball. And number 6, A.J. Zarcone possesses the ball. And it's to Andre Durka. Back to Zarcone. He stops in midfield, tries to beat his man, Johnny Pizzino. It'll be a throw-in. Good defense by Johnny Pizzino, who chased down Zarcone. And Zarcone kicked the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. Buffalo playing defense right now, and they don't want to let that 3-0 score get away from them. They want 3 points here.
Got to maintain formation. Got to maintain your form. You cannot get sloppy at any point in these next 7+ minutes. Got to maintain your form.
Here comes Rochester around midfield. Tyler Warmington playing defense. And here they come once again at midfield. Rochester.
Buffalo looks like they're just backing up into that shell, trying to park the bus and hopefully win this game.
Here they come. Here's Rochester on the right side, across inside the box. Here's a shot that just goes wide.
Telling you, the second half, they love that swing pass. That's about the 6th or 7th time that Rochester's just taking it wide, swinging it right in towards the middle, and Buffalo is got to start shutting it down. They've been doing a little bit better job of getting the outside swing man, but you've got to do a better job of eliminating the space.
Another substitution for Buffalo coming in, Fabrizio Yaramillo. He is coming in, and maybe he will replace Riley Quinn? No. Let's see who is coming out for Buffalo. Riley Quinn is coming off the field.
It is going to be Quinn coming off. Had himself a really nice game, I thought.
A little bit surprised that Max Boyer came off the field because he was doing a good job in the air and was able to, with his speed, really cause and put some pressure on the defense, but he's off the field now.
I'm glad you brought that up, Tony, because that looked
The
like
ball
that was out of bounds.
And yes, indeed.
Did they make the call? Yes. Yeah, that was definitely out of bounds, but I'm glad you made that point about Max because, I mean, yes, you want to get into that defensive mode, but you don't want to totally turtle up. And, I mean, it can be, it can be a dangerous game you're playing when you're just playing defense. And they took him out with about 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little too early. Now would have been the time to take him out and maybe go into that defensive shell.
Well, here's a corner kick for Buffalo. Can they do something with this and put this game away with their 4th goal? Riley Quinn off the field. Yaramillo is in. Here's the cross inside the box, but it went out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for Rochester. Wasted opportunity as that ball from Axel Lazoya just goes nowhere in particular, not out of bounds. Here comes Rochester. Buffalo has to maintain possession, try to get possession of the ball, and play good defense as Rochester is pressing up, trying to get that 3rd and tying goal. Good defense. Oh, you cannot.
I thought
he
that
got
was a
the ball,
good challenge.
and he gave a yellow card.
You know what? You've let a lot of stuff go away where you should have given a card. I don't even think that was a foul, and you're going to give a card on that. I disagree with that call.
As we're looking at we have the benefit of the replay. He went in. I mean, did get him a little bit, but
he got all ball coming through, maybe a little high, but
he got his left leg. But
I think that was barely a foul. I definitely disagree with the yellow.
As a defender, I would was a great tackle.
100%. I'd be very vocal if I was on the field with that.
Here's a free kick inside the box, controlled by Rochester. Cleared out by Buffalo. Tyler Warmington. Here he comes. Johnny Pizzino. Can he beat his man? Pizzino tries the ball for Warmington, but cut off by the defense as Buffalo had an opportunity to break, but good defense by Rochester to get back and snuff out that opportunity where a fourth goal is just going to put the nail on the coffin.
He sent that through ball, had a great idea with it, just sent it a little too far.
Out of bounds, throw in Buffalo.
I also wouldn't have minded to see him get a little greedy, take a few more touches to net. Worst case, you're killing a little bit more of that clock. Dribble it to the corner a little bit. But I thought he could have gotten his man with speed.
Keegan Herman throws it in for Johnny Pizzino. There's a miskick by the Rochester player, Johnny Mullane, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a foul. Yes, it's a foul.
You know, they let a lot of stuff go early in the game. The referees deciding to really tighten up. Not sure I like that strategy.
Well, I think coaches and players, everybody talks about consistency. So if you're going to call a certain way in the first half, then it should be the same in the second half.
Couldn't agree with you more, Tony. Couldn't agree with you more.
Here comes Rochester on the left side to Ellingson. Here's a shot, and it's wide, out of bounds. Buffalo's ball. 88.5 minutes gone.
I'm predicting there's probably going to be about a good 4. I mean, we've had 3 goals.
Yeah, a lot of 3 goals.
I'd say probably a good 4 or 5 minutes. We're looking at 3 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have about 10 substitutions. There's a push from behind. Yes. Good call by referee Stephanie Serrano on a push from behind. Buffalo's ball. And Buffalo will take every second it can and try to waste as much time as possible.
This, again, a little bit of gamesmanship out there. You've got to do these tactics. You've got to make sure slow the game down. You are in no rush if you're Buffalo right now to get
Logan
this off.
Debo with the kick. He's going to send it deep to the left corner.
Got an offsides call.
Well, okay.
I don't.
All right.
I didn't quite see the offsides, but got the call. A couple of weird referee decisions these last 5 or 10 minutes.
Rochester swings the ball to their left side. Now it's back in the middle, Zarcone. And here comes the Rochester team, but the ball goes right to the goalkeeper. And Buffalo maintains possession. And, of course, with the new rule, the goalie cannot hold the ball for more than the allotted time.
No, they put a little pressure on the goaltender, make sure that he's getting rid of it. But you better believe that goaltender's going to take every possible second he
Here
can.
comes Rochester, but fortunately the ball goes out of bounds.
I'm telling you, as a coach.
3 minutes. 3 minutes extra time.
And Tony, as a coach in a game like this, these last 3 minutes feel like 3 hours. Every second is slowly dripping off that field, off that time.
We're 30 seconds into the extra 3 minutes. Buffalo's got to hold it for the next 2.5 minutes and keep to get this first victory of the season. Lazoya to Warmington, who's fighting for the ball, but Rochester comes away with the ball. Here comes Rochester. Ellingson, one of the goal scorers. He chips it inside the box. There's a cross, but goes out of bounds. And again, that'll be a goal kick for Buffalo. 2 minutes to go in this second half.
This is where everything's got to be a clear for Buffalo. Everything's got to clear. Good form, good soccer goes out the window. Everything that's on your foot on the back end has got to just go forward, forward, forward. Don't get cute with the ball on your back line.
All right, throw in for Buffalo. Good pressure by Johnny Pizzino.
Buffalo's played too good today, too smart today to let this one slip away this late.
Keegan Herman throws it in. Goes to the defense. Rochester coming up. Minute and a half to go. Good defense by Buffalo to get that ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in at midfield for Rochester. Can Buffalo hold on and get their first victory of the season and hand Rochester another loss? And, of course, Rochester was the team that beat Buffalo for their only win so far this season. Here comes Rochester down the left side. Can Buffalo play well in defense? Yes, they did. And Buffalo just shoots it down the field to goalkeeper Sam Auditore, who's out 30 yards out of his net. Here comes Rochester. Buffalo all in on defense. Rochester with the ball.
Smart play. Everything's got to be a clear on Buffalo. Keep them wide, keep them wide, keep them wide.
Here's a chip inside the box. Whoa. That was almost an own goal. The ball went inside the box, and Anthony Stokes went to clear it out, but instead of going right way, he almost went right in the top corner of his own net.
Right position, but almost a boo-boo there. You'd like to. That ball skipped up on him. We talked about the weather. That skipped up on him and went right to his knee and almost in his own goal.
This is the last opportunity for Rochester. Can Buffalo hold on? Corner kick for Rochester, 3-2. Buffalo leading inside the box. It's headed out, and the whistle goes, and Buffalo gets their first victory of the season, 3-2. Against the Rochester Academy Soccer Club. As you're listening to Buffalo Stallion Soccer on Hometown 1340 WLVL, Larry, well, the Buffalo Stallions did it tonight against the Rochester Club.
I tell you what, the way they came out to end that first half and to start that second half, take that 3-0 lead, you thought it was going to be an easy one to go home. Rochester, give them all the credit in the world. They came back. They did not give up. They battled hard all game long to come back. In the end, though, that 3-goal deficit was just too much for them to overcome. The Stallions weathered the storm, and this is a huge character-building game for Buffalo. Hopefully, they can take this momentum, finish this season on a strong note, because these are the type of games that you want to win.
Well, the Buffalo Stallions with this victory, goals by Tyler Warmington, Max Voyer, and then the captain, Riley Quinn, with the goal off of, let's face it, there was a huge mistake by the defense for Rochester, and Buffalo is able to win the game by the score of 3-2, and I guess they had to start, and this is a great start because they have another game on Saturday, as we mentioned earlier on. Last year they had 3 victories so far this year. Time is running out to try to get those 3 victories, so they have to start tonight, and maybe Saturday they could put another one together, and that'll be good. And then they have 2 more games against the crosstown rival, Niagara 18-12.
Tony, it's not how you start the season sometimes, it's how you finish. And hopefully they can finish up with a big couple wins here at the end, get on that streak. And if they play like this, a little bit of times, and I'm sure the coach is going to talk to them a little bit. Couple sloppy parts in that game, but for the most part, I thought they held it down when they needed to, and a great way to build.
Well, this is definitely good, and it's also good to see that they have a guy now that looks like is going to be a guy that they can count on to score goals, and that is Max Voyer, who is their leading scorer. And once again tonight, not only scored a goal, but he was very dangerous on the offensive side of the ball for Buffalo.
Absolutely. I thought Max Voyer, Tyler Warmington, I thought they did a fantastic job up top, really putting pressure on that Rochester defense. And not only that, but I thought they really played well together. And it's something, a younger team, it looks like they've started to figure out how each other is playing. And up top, that's so important.
Well, we'd like to thank Joel here for his assistance back at the station, Zach. Larry, I thank you very much, and hope to see you in the booth again another time before the season is over.
Tony, you got my number. Give me a call. This was an absolute blast. Great job by everybody. This has been fantastic. Words can't even say it.
Great. Thank you very much. And so that's going to wrap it up for North Tonawanda High School. The Buffalo Stallions winning against the Rochester Academy Club by the score of 3-2. Until the next time, this is Tony Akito. Have a great night and see you Saturday.